How's it going, Strife here? This is the walkthrough for SE Path 1. I am re-recording it on my Guardian because I've learned a few things since this path got revamped. And we do it pretty smooth now, so I thought it would be a good time to re-record this video on my Guardian. So obviously many people know that this path got significantly harder because there's a DPS check now. You do want to bring DPS classes, or at least a few that are focused on DPS, so you can kill quickly the first golem. So I'll show you how we do it. So after the video here, you can start damaging the barrier. You don't want to blow your damage moves before that, since you won't be able to damage the turrets. From here we're going to run on this ledge on the right and let the first wave pass. From there I'm going to run up to the golem. There's a talking sequence that starts once you get close. It takes maybe 10 seconds. So it's kind of not very useful to run up and wait for the talking sequence and then start damaging the golem, because the second wave will have already reached that point. So instead what we do is I come back after activating the talking sequence, letting the NPC, or the second wave, sorry, come up here, and we'll let it pass, and then we'll run up to the golem, so we'll get some DPS time before the third wave gets up there. Alright, so from here we are going to focus this golem. With two guardians, one of us runs Wall of Reflection, the other runs Spirit Shield. We like having two shouts up for condition removal and stability. So my wall's up just to protect us from taking damage. My wall's down in about 2 seconds. I was telling the other guardian so he could put up his Spirit Shield. So you see, with both of those moves we can DPS down this golem, taking hardly any damage. From here we're just going to run forward and DPS, ignoring all the mobs. Once we get past the second barrier from here, we'll leash most of them. So it does get a bit easier once we leash the first group. Alright, so this is the last barrier turret. Here we're just going to clear out this mob, or this group that spawned on us. The reason being, there's probably not going to, there might be enough, but if you can't leash the mobs off before the boss, we just end up killing them. Then once you actually get to the boss and engage him, the mobs, or these waves, will stop spawning. So that's what we're going to do now. So for this boss, you want to stand. Make sure you don't stand where you can be knocked off. He is going to freeze one person for about 7 seconds maybe, and then his other main moves are he's going to cast these red circles on the ground. These red circles, they put confusion on you and some other conditions, I believe. Besides that, he is going to cast singularities on the ground. Those singularities, they do damage too. If you're all in melee range like we are and they get cast on you, they're going to naturally die. So from here, I'm going to run first, since I have stability, which I didn't use until after I got pulled there. And then the group is going to follow in my footsteps. They don't want to follow too closely because I set off these grenades, or these mines rather, so they're running too slowly. They'll blow up in other people's faces if they run too close. So you can just send one person forward to set them all off, and then the group can follow. Looks like one person DC'd maybe, or fell off. Wasn't paying attention. Alright, so what we're going to do here is there's these 3 golems. They're pretty tough now. So what we do is we pull them separately. 1 or 2 will come on the first pull. And then again, a reflection skill is good. You can use Spirit Shield now. So again, both Wall of Reflection and Spirit Shield are good for removing their projectiles to negate some damage. Once you kill those 2, the fire one and the weakness one, we can just come up here and kill the last one. This is the Necro type one. This is the one that's the most annoying. It's probably the toughest of the 3 golems. Luckily though, we fight him alone at the end. If you pull it the way I did, you're going to fight those 2 together and then fight this guy separately. So it makes it a lot easier. As you can see, he puts a ton of conditions on you, but they're not too much direct damage. It's just obviously condition damage that ticks on you. Alright, so here we are at the last boss. We don't need any more reflection type skills. So what I'm going to do here is, in my warrior video that's up right now, I believe we pulled the thief first, this commander, and then we pulled the boss. You can actually just pull the Mesmer boss alone and not even bother with the thief. See, I just hit him alone, and then the thief didn't even aggro, so that's what we do. And then once you get her out this door, you can pretty much just get on her and start fighting her. So this is a Mesmer boss. The one attack that you want to watch out for is she's going to cast a bunch of red circles on the ground. These are basically swords come out of the ground, and they will do a ton of damage to you, so you want to evade out of them. It's pretty obvious, and you do have like a 1.5 second to 2 second lead time before they actually cast and do damage to you. So it should be easy to dodge. So there you can see the red circles and the swords that came out. Besides that, the only other thing the Mesmer boss is going to do besides normal auto attacks is she's going to create a clone of one person. It dies extremely fast though, so you really don't need to worry about it. You can just focus it down. And then it's going to do a knockback move that Mesmers have. But the only damaging move is the red circles on the ground, the sword. And so there's the clone that she spawned, and I think for a while she was bugged where she wasn't attacking either. For some reason she's pathing back. This usually doesn't happen. Yeah, that was kind of odd. I think it's because sometimes when you have a bunch of people in melee range, the bosses kind of stop attacking for a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what causes it, I just think it's pushing them in the wall with a bunch of melee. It just kind of happens. So I guess that caused her to path back. This is the first time it's happened on this boss for me. But it'll happen sometimes. So this did take a minute longer than it should have probably, but it's okay. This gives you an idea of how to do this. It is a speedrun path. And then once you kill her, you get the reward. And that is it for SC Path 1. Thanks for watching.